So I think it's crystal clear at this point. They are clearly angling towards some type of AEW Originals versus AEW new signees or people that weren't here from day one, however you want to call it. That's clearly what they're doing. And a lot of talk online has been that this could be going towards the first ever women's blood and guts match. What's up, people? My name's Mex. I'm a wrestling fan, a wrestling enthusiast, a WrestleManiac, if you will. And right here at WrestleManiac UK, I discuss everything that's WWE and AEW. So if this sounds like the place for you, make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notified each and every time I drop a new video. Today's video, we are talking about this heel turn that happened last night on AEW Dynamite. It seems as if Saraya and Toni Storm have turned the heel. They are going to go through the bad girls tunnel, and all of a sudden they're no longer on talking terms with Hikaru Shida. Now, this has been brewing for a couple of weeks now. I would say we've seen a bit of bitchy behavior, especially from Saraya, when she came to choosing her mystery partner and she chose Toni Storm, saying that she's the better wrestler, and Shida was sitting right next to her. Now, she can have her own opinions. If she thinks Toni Storm's the better wrestler, then cool. But Shida was kind of sitting right next to her. It was really, really shady. It was very shady. And she chose Toni Storm, leaving Shida in the mud. And then, of course, on the night of the actual match, Shida made somewhat of a mistake. It looked like a very happy coincidence to me, but they're playing it off like it's a mistake. Shida threw her kendo stick more towards Britt Baker than Toni Storm, and Britt Baker used the kendo stick to beat up Toni Storm, and Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter got the win over Saraya and Toni Storm on that particular night. Now, on this episode of Dynamite, we saw Saraya completely lambast Hikaru Shida for doing that. She really told her off, said it was an idiotic thing to do, and she didn't mince her words at all. She really showed how vexed she was, and it was a bit over the top. Like, it really felt like, yeah, she is turning here. She's really being like mean girl towards Shida. And Toni Storm as well, she kind of played onto that, kind of played off, you know, we are the best, we're the outsiders, we came out from outside AEW, and now we're going to show these guys here and make the real impact and all of that kind of stuff. So you could see the cogs were beginning to turn a bit here. Then we had the actual match where Willow Nightingale was taking on Toni Storm on the night, and we did see Saraya get up on the apron as we were kind of concluding the match, which is often seen as a heel move to distract the referee or for some other reasons. In the end, Toni Storm rolled up Willow Nightingale, and after the match is where we saw almost confirmation of this change of attitude, of this heel turn, when we saw both Saraya and Toni Storm lay an attack on Willow Nightingale, which was, yeah, very out of character. Shida was ringside at the time, and then Ruby Soho came running down, and Ruby Soho almost, like, you know, made the save in this situation. So we can see a division here. Toni Storm and Saraya being on one side, and then on the other side is Hikaru Shida and Willow Nightingale and Ruby Soho, who are obviously a bit of a tag team as of recent times. So I think it's crystal clear at this point. They are clearly angling towards some type of AEW Originals versus AEW new signees or people that weren't here from day one, however you want to call it. That's clearly what they're doing. And a lot of talk online has been that this could be going towards the first ever women's blood and guts match, where on one side we could have the likes of Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, Willow Nightingale, Hikaru Shida, maybe one other name, maybe they haven't popped up into the story yet. And then on the opposing side, we could have Saraya, Toni Storm, Ruby Soho, who everyone is saying will probably turn on Willow Nightingale and join the likes of Saraya and Toni Storm. And then this is how they're going to introduce Mercedes Moné into the fray as the fourth member of Saraya's team of this blood and guts match, if this is gonna happen. Now, firstly, before we kind of get back to this whole blood and guts idea, I will say turning Saraya is a very, very good idea. She came back as a bit of, you know, big business, and everyone was happy to see her. Of course, she hasn't wrestled for so long because of injury, so her coming back, being an on-screen character, getting in the ring and mixing it up every now and again, she's had 2 matches at this point. Everyone was happy to see her, but it hasn't really connected. Like, she has been good. I think there's definitely been ring rust. There has been like promo rust, if there's such a thing. Like, I think she hasn't quite got the reactions as maybe everyone was expecting. And maybe she just feels more comfortable if she's to go heel, not have to pander to the crowd. And her and Toni Storm, I think, is fine. I think, you know, turn them, try something different. And to be fair, the dynamics right now are all a bit everywhere anyway, because let's be honest, we love Britt Baker. We love Jamie Hayter. We love to cheer them. We love to support what they're doing. They are, you know, the aces of this division, if you like. So I don't think it's a complete issue turning the tables here and making who were the heels the faces and making who were the faces the heels. I think let's do it. We have to roll with the punches and see, you know, what people are responding to. So I don't actually mind this idea from AEW. In fact, I think it could quite easily be a masterstroke. Saraya's impact, I feel, is already being felt in terms of the women just getting more TV time, being booked in better positions. I just think like she doesn't need to be a baby face as well, if you see what I mean. As we get back to this possible blood and guts match, I think it could be absolutely iconic having a women's blood and guts match. For me, that I like real violence and kind of gore at times in my wrestling, I'm really looking forward to that. I know the women's AEW Rampage Street Fight main event that happened the other day, brilliant match. It got a lot of stick because, you know, women shouldn't bleed and all of this other kind of stuff. I'm not here for all of that. I think it's nonsense. If they're gonna wrestle and they want to wrestle, like, we have to treat them the same. You see what I mean? So if they want to do a blood and guts match and they're gonna make it as violent and gory as the men, then let's do it. You see what I mean? Let's do it properly. Like, let's not water it down at all. And again, this is a smart way to kind of bring Mercedes Moné into the fray. I would love to see her in a one-off kind of thing like this, where she can come in as probably the IWGP Women's Champion and say, look, Saraya's my old friend. I owe her a favor. You know, Sasha Banks was the person that injured Paige and, you know, kind of brought her career to the end at that time. So I owe her a favor. She called me up. She wants the best in the business. She wants the CEO to come over here and bless you guys. And we get Mercedes Moné in AEW. I don't mind them doing it that way. Of course, hopefully we can get Forbidden Door 2, and maybe she can make a one-off appearance through Forbidden Door 2 as well. But these are kind of really good, intelligent spots to bring her in, let her do these showcase, these marquee matches, these big pay-per-views, and then she goes off again because, you know, it's rumored that she doesn't want to sign to AEW because she doesn't want any long-term deal in any one place. So these could be brilliant spots to just use her, bring her crowd, bring her energy, the audience over, and yeah, make the most of it. The one downer I would say on this particular idea, on, you know, this whole storyline that looks to be evolving, is that we don't have a challenger for the Women's World Championship. This whole storyline will more than likely involve Jamie Hayter, getting her doing a lot of tag team stuff, and yeah, just not really focusing so much on her women's world title, which she has been brilliant every time she's put on a match. And for me, that is a downer. Now, of course, I'm jumping the gun here. I'm assuming, and maybe in the background, they need to create who her next challenger is going to be. But yeah, seeing the women's world champion involved in, you know, side missions, I don't mind the side missions if, you know, there's still a number one contender and there's still going to be, you know, a match that's pending to defend your title or do whatever you need to do. But when it's none of that and it's strictly just the side missions and all this tag team stuff, yeah, I'm not going to be too happy. So I think that's the downside of this, but we'll wait and see how AEW have played it. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Let me know in the comments of this kind of double switch, this double turn that looks to have happened with Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter looking like they will probably turn face or, you know, go on more of the babyface side of things. Whereas Saraya and Toni Storm, I think it's pretty obvious, it's confirmed that they are heels from this point forward. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you get notified each and every time I drop a new video. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you soon.